Guys, what's up? It is a crappy, rainy day here in Ohio. Shocker, I know. It is what it is. So we're in the garage, but check it out. I got my Cfmoto Cforce 600 right there. I did my first trail ride a few days ago, put about 20 miles or so, kind of tighter, slow speed trails, getting used to the machine, the bags, everything I put on it. I want to let you guys know my first impressions. But before we get into it, check out this logo. What do you guys think? It's freaking awesome. I love this hoodie. You can cop it down below in my merch tray under the video. Any support to the channel really helps. And let's jump right into it. All right, guys, what you're looking at is a 2022 Cfmoto Cforce 600 non-touring. This is the single solo version. I didn't personally have a need for the 2-up, so I just went with the solo. What led me to Cfmoto? Price. You know what I'm saying? The price. They offer a lot of bang for your buck, a lot of value. That's what drove me to Cfmoto. Dealer support is, well, I don't want to say dealer support, but dealer selection is kind of few and far between where I am. The closest dealer is about 2 hours away. That's where I bought this. And check out my video. I did a vlog the day I bought this. It was super cool. It's about an hour-long video, just kind of buying process and looking at the other ones and stuff like that, if you want to check that out. But yeah, let's just take a few minutes and talk about some quick pros and cons of this with my first trail ride. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying I am not a super experienced ATV rider. I've been riding motorcycles almost my whole life, but the ATV stuff is fairly new to me. I'm not super experienced, so your mileage may vary. This is just kind of my first takeaways after roughly 20 miles of tighter trail riding that I did the other day. All right, so let's get into the Kemimoto stuff first. Just get that out of the way. The Kemimoto bags I put on, the fender bag and the rear rack bag. It started raining a lot during transportation to and from, as well as some of the actual ride itself. It was raining. And the bags kept completely dry. I had, battery, jump starter, first aid stuff, lunch, everything like that in these bags, and everything stayed completely dry. I'll link this stuff down in the description below to Amazon or something like that if you want to get some of this Kemimoto stuff. I like it. I really like it for the price. Let's jump right into the first things I noticed about kind of negative in a way. So these things tend to have a common theme or issue, if you will, of front brake squeal. Mine is no exception. It's squealed since day one. I've taken the front tires off 2 or 3 different times, lube the guide pins. I've done all that stuff. It still squeaks. There's no fixing it. It fixes itself, or it'll fix it for like a mile or two, and then it just goes right back. People are saying that it is what it is and just accept it. I don't necessarily love that, even though these are more affordable. Generally speaking, in comparison to the competition, they're still expensive machines, you know what I mean? And I don't like the fact that my brakes constantly squeak being brand new. I don't know. If your guys' does it and you figured out a fix that actually works, please let me know. But brake squeak, it is kind of just an annoyance. I didn't notice any sort of brake fade during hard braking or loss of brakes or anything like that. It's just an annoying squeak. And then the thing that was kind of annoying as well was the heat. This thing generates a lot of heat right under your butt. I'm going to look into some heat shielding or something like that. I can only imagine if it's a 90-degree day and humid, how miserable your butt and crotch is going to be. Like, for real. It generates a ton of freaking heat right there. And honestly, guys, as far as negatives, that's about it for right now. Positives. Man, this 600cc engine, I wasn't for sure. I'm inexperienced. I didn't know if that was going to be enough power. A 600cc cruiser motorcycle, for instance, is nowhere near enough power, for me. So I don't know. I didn't know what to expect, but I got to say, there's more power here than I am comfortably able to handle as of yet. Again, being a newer ATV rider, this thing has tons of power, lots of torque. The 4-wheel drive system is great. It has a front locker as well. The CVT transmission, high and low, works perfectly. I didn't notice any sort of like belt slipping or anything like that. It was very smooth. It was a very, very smooth ride. Speaking of smooth, the suspension did really well. The springs are adjustable. I haven't messed with them. They seem really dialed in for me personally, right from the factory. The factory tires did great. I went through a bunch of mud and dirt and rocks, everything like that. I did wash this machine. It was covered in mud when I got back. It does hold a lot of mud in these panels. Again, you guys, I don't know any other thing, so this might be in par for the course. But like all these overlapping body panels and all this stuff under here, this thing front and rear collects a ton of mud. Like it packs it, like it just big mud all over the place. Washing it was a bit of a pain. Pressure washer definitely comes into play. Take it to your car wash or something when it's on the trailer is probably the best idea. But yeah, just a side note, it does collect a ton of mud and it kind of gathers up pretty quickly. The exhaust note, I liked it. I think factory is loud enough without being too loud. You can blip the throttle and people know you're there. The head and tail lights are super easy to see, very bright LEDs. I like it a lot. The factory rear bumpers and stuff, they're not full coverage, but I think for factory, I do think they're sufficient. Kind of the same with the front. I wish there was something, and I know you can buy them, but it'd be nice if it came with a something to protect this stuff. I've already got this thing cracked, this little emblem. It's already cracked. I must have hit something or something. I'm not sure. The winch did good. I just played with it. I didn't need it. I just kind of played with it. I was out there having fun. Winch does really well, and it comes with a winch. It's not something you have to add like a lot of other brands. The gear shift lever is easy to move. It's easy to operate. No big deal. The display is easy to see, whether it was in the rain, in the sun, in the clouds. The display was very easy to see. I like that a lot. Nothing came loose, nothing rattled. All the controls stayed solid. The factory handguards are cool. They came in handy. I like that they're factory, that you don't pay extra, it just comes with it. I added this little phone holder too, by the way, just so I could look at the trail map a little bit easier. And it did well. No issues there whatsoever. If I can find it, I'll link it. It's just like a cheap $10 Amazon thing or something like that. Fuel mileage, it did really well. I didn't run out of gas. Like I said, I only did about 20 miles. I hardly used any gas. I think the gas gauge still says full. Now, I don't know if this fuel gauge is the most accurate thing in the world, but I didn't use much gas at all. I mean, you're gonna have to ride a lot. If you need to bring an extra tank of gas on this thing, on one of these racks, you're riding a bunch. It does really well on the fuel. So far, that's what it seems like to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, guys, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's the general consensus so far after my first ride. I do have another ride planned 2 days from now from me filming this. I'm going to try to stick a GoPro up here somewhere, something like that. Just have you guys come along for a ride while I learn how to ride these things and get a little bit more experienced and see what this thing is all about. Let me guys know you guys let me know if you have one of these or you have another quad that has squeaking brakes, how to freaking fix it. It's just one of those things. I just don't want it to do it. I know it's not that big of a deal. I just don't want it to squeak. It's annoying. But yeah, anyway, guys, thanks for watching this short video of my first trail ride recap and kind of initial impressions. Actually getting this out in the woods. I really appreciate you guys watching. I'll link that stuff down in the description if you want to check it out, and we'll see you next time.